Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Saturday Morning Cartoons, the greatest podcast of all time. I know what you're thinking, why the fuck are we here for Aquaman 2? But after episode saying no one gives a fuck about Aquaman, and we don't care about Aquaman.
Aquaman does come out.
And we still don't care about Aquaman. Like,
because we still don't give a fuck about Aquaman.
We still don't. Oh my god, dude, I forgot about Aquaman all over. That's the end of the episode. I'm Doug, he's Ray. It's Saturday Morning Cartoons. I'm Doug, he's Ray, and we still don't give a flying shit about Aquaman. And you know what? Blue Beetle's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be good.
And we still don't give a fuck about Aquaman. Did you know? We'll get right into some topics because there's some things that we just don't give a shit about. And if it's gonna be one of those things we don't give a shit about, it's gonna be Aquaman, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking Aquaman. It's almost as bad as like people thinking that we give a fucking Aquaman. Hell of a season, my friend.
Yeah.
Kudos to you.
You know, it was the DCEU wrapped up real nicely tonight. It was great that this was the last movie that we care about. You know, last DC movie of the year. You know.
Oh shit. We still have Aquaman.
Nah.
No one gives a shit about Aquaman. Guess what? We went and saw Aquaman and no one should have ever cared about it, and I'm so mad at Ray for switching up because he thought the trailer looked good. They fucking lied to us. The other day I got a message on Discord from Ray. And he was like, I just watched the Aquaman 2 trailer and I think this is going to be an incredible movie.
Yep. Tell me what you didn't like about it.
Well, first of all, Amber Heard was in the movie for about 45 minutes. That movie was 2 hours long. Yeah. 45 minutes is a lot of time for her to be saving the day. A lot, especially she's pooping in people's beds.
She came in the clutch a few times.
Yep, don't like that.
That was unfortunately one of the better parts of 1 was how good she did as Mira.
Yeah.
So it sucked that they had to just take her out as a character in 2 essentially, but I don't know.
Now, I don't remember 1, the end of it, because I went outside and smoked the blood, but did Willem Dafoe die in the first one?
No, absolutely not. They said in the movie, they said he died from the plague.
Yeah.
The thing.
What kind of bullshit is that?
That sucks because that's such easy. Bring Willem Dafoe in for the first third of the movie, the first act, let him die. That's extra motivation, you know? Like, it's just so easy. Instead, it's just an off.
But also, you're going to kill off Willem Dafoe off screen, but you're going to keep, you know what I mean? It's just like.
Kill Willem Dafoe off screen. That's just absurd.
It's a fucking problem. All right. Realistically, going down the list, I give Aquaman 2 a 7 at best. Okay? I give it a 7 at best. The CGI was shoddy and looked like the Batman test footage when he fought Deathstroke that Ben Affleck brought to studios. That he was like, this is my idea. And just played that. Like, once you show that footage, you know you have to, like, add more shit to that footage, right? It can't just be like, James Wan was like, okay, I had this idea here. What do you guys think? And they're like, awesome, do that. And he just put that in. And people were just like...
Some of it was weird.
Yeah.
Some of that just comes with the scale that you have to go with to tell an Aquaman story like that. To show Atlantis and how fucking diverse it is and technologically advanced it is.
No, that's fine.
It comes with some shoddiness.
I've seen sci-fi and CGI shit movies and B movies to be fine with the futuristic aspect of the creatures and the whole aspect of Atlantis.
Right.
My issue with is the fight scenes were underwater fight scenes were so like CGI visually like bad in my eyes because we've seen everything else this year and also seen all of the other DC movies to an extent. So to me, it was a huge letdown, especially the end fight scene looked so fake. Like I couldn't tell if it was CGI or if they were using motion cap. Like it was so odd to me. Like
there was some weirdness.
Let's just be honest, guys. The baby didn't die. Spoiler alert. Not like you give a fuck anyway.
The baby didn't die. That was I think that's a big part of your reaction.
The father didn't die.
That was bullshit.
Nicole Kidman didn't die.
She shouldn't have. She's a bad bitch.
She didn't die in the comics?
I have no idea.
For Black Manta? I thought she died.
No, he killed Mira and Baby Arthur.
Okay.
That was all he killed.
Okay. See? What the fuck? What the fuck, man?
I don't know. That's just the thing with this. Like, it's so weird to have like a juxtaposition of like a very well thought out, well built out Atlantis, and like you tell Orm's story Pretty
Sorry, I had pointed at Aquaman.
pretty accurate Orm story going into Ocean Master. You tell all the lore, King Atlan and shit. You get Black Manta with one of the most comic accurate, beautiful live action suits we'll ever see.
100%.
Gorgeous suit. And then you tell a story that's just not really Aquaman. It's just kind of Jason Momoa being a character that could be a Rock movie. You know, it was just 1 and 2, both Aquaman. 1 was really, really good. 2, I'd probably give like a 7.5 or something.
Okay.
It felt way more like
I'll give Aquaman almost a 9. Number 1. Almost a 9.
Top 3 DCEU movies.
What are the 3? Real quick before we get into that.
Huh?
Oh, no, I lied. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
okay.
We'll get into that later. But it felt like it was a really good, like, adventure buddy dynamic movie. Like, it felt like this could have slotted into like a Sorcerer's Apprentice universe type of thing.
Yeah.
Instead of Superman also being in this universe.
100%.
Momoa just did not feel like an Aquaman to me. Like,
no.
But everything around him was a pretty accurate like
representation
Aquaman
and telling
world
of
and universe, and then Jason Momoa is making Warner Brother references, you know, in the middle of it, and making his brother eat a cockroach and type shit. It was a weird juxtaposition. But the 2 movies on their own, I think stand up really well. Like they're not tied to the DCEU like a lot of movies
technically
that
no
bombed were.
Yeah.
But the baby didn't die. I mean, there were no real consequences in the end other than the global warming was worse.
That they were fixing.
Yeah.
That
they had to go public to the
that he wanted to do in the
land.
first place.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What? So you didn't like the
fight scenes weren't that
CGI?
Good? Yes.
I thought a lot of the choreography, like the actual
not in Trident, I thought was really well done. Like the fight choreography, non-CGI, like where it's actual practical, like them going back and forth, whether it's stunt double or it's actually Momoa and I can't think of the other guy's name. I'm so sorry. Manta, I thought was amazing, magnificent. It flowed really well. The fact that they were able to work that way with the Trident, whether it was half or together, I thought it was very well done. How once they switched it, you could visibly tell that it was no longer like 2 people. You couldn't tell if it was CGI or not. It was that big of an issue. That was my problem. That footage looked like the Batman footage I showed you.
Yeah. That was
everything else was great.
It did feel like they kept having to make excuses to get out of the water to fight, because it was just, they spent definitely a lot of the budget visually on Atlantis and all the other underwater shit that fighting underwater, it's just, that's definitely going to be way rougher than
the trip that they had after they picked up Patrick Wilson. It looked like a fucking scene straight out of Journey to the Center of the Earth 2.
Patrick Wilson is Orm?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it did.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
like
like
Josh
a jungle buddy adventure movie. That's like, that could have been The Rock and Josh Hutcherson or whatever, but it was Momoa and... Shout out, bro.
Dude, it's such a good meme. It was odd to see. What was the original first cut like? You know what I mean? Before Amber Heard pooped in that bed. You know what I mean?
I don't know, bro.
Like, I bet it would have been better.
I wish they would have been able to... That whole thing could have happened and come out before Aquaman was that far in development. Because if they could have killed her in the first act or into the second act to give him some sort of consequence and motivation, like that would have been a great way to fucking kick her out.
He learns not to kill Black Manta at the end because that's not what Mira would have wanted. But at the same time, for Snyderverse, she was like, I'll kill Superman for killing Arthur. You're just like, where do we go from here? Also, Amber Heard's a bad person.
Yeah.
So
Black Manta, though, best part of the movie. Best part of the movie easily is Black Manta. I love that you just start the second movie. He's back with the scar, baby. Comic book shit. Let's go. No explanation needed. We saw that man get fucking wrapped around the neck with these concrete barriers with a chain or whatever. We saw him fucking drown.
Fuck it, dude.
He's back with the scar.
He's back.
He's more mad. You know, like that's comic book shit. I fucking love it.
And
the end. And his death. I knew not for a second he was going to reach up and grab.
Fuck,
he was going to make Aquaman watch him die. That shit was awesome. I fucking love that.
Yeah,
I love it, bro.
Yeah, dude. It was perfect.
I love it.
I
did think Aquaman should have taken that moment to say he fucked up killing his dad, though.
Yeah, he said, I apologize. Yeah, like
he should have. He didn't say anything like that, did he? He just
never
extended his hand or whatever. Yeah.
That was it.
That could have been a good point there.
Yeah.
Cool point. Hey,
okay, that's enough of that.
That's
enough of the anger stuff.
Yeah, let's talk about
the good stuff.
Let's talk about Randall Park.
Yeah, let's talk about
what a crazy character. He gets so much fucking screen time.
Is that what they had to bring in to replace Amber Heard? Was just like
a
scientist saving the day, helping? I'm down.
If I wouldn't have watched one last night, I would not have known where the fuck this guy came from. He was just on the screen as a crazy scientist on CNN one time at the end of one.
Oh my God, you're right.
That's all he was in one. And he's back now, and that's fucking awesome, dude. Hell of an actor. Hell of a person to give a bigger part to.
Hell of a rapper. Hell of an actor in DC and in Marvel now, dude. I want to talk about some good stuff.
What do you got?
All right, so, we shit on a lot of the DC universe, like in a lot of Aquaman, but I want to just talk about some of the highlights. Okay? Jason Momoa did a pretty good job. Just to be lovable. To be lovable.
Yeah. In a vacuum, those movies will stand up really well forever.
Facts.
CGI be damned.
The old school Fantastic Fours?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Even its connection to the universe drags it down, its score down, but being connected to the universe going forward, you can tell that Aquaman story and you can watch Aquaman without knowing anything else about the DC universe. That is what I loved about it. Another thing is they did not, this is more pertains to one, especially because I watched it last night. They weren't scared to not have Aquaman on screen. They weren't scared to give their villains, which they had 2 of in the first movie, 2 fucking villains they built up separately in the first movie. They gave them plenty of screen time to do their devious scheming and their plotting and planning and making their suits and shit. They weren't scared to give you some lore of Atlantis. They were gonna either show you or tell you what you need to know going forward. It wasn't like a. Do you remember Black Adam? Do you remember watching Black Adam? And when they told the story of how Black Adam came to be, that shit was wonky. The pacing sucked.
Oh my God.
I never felt like.
Just a nice little filler bit just to get the story along.
I never felt like that in Aquaman. The story of Atlantis, the Lost Kingdom, everything they told about, everything
kind of fit just as it went on. It flowed.
It felt good.
It flowed.
The voiceover was good with Jason Momoa. It felt good when he was learning it from Willem Dafoe in the first movie. It felt like good natural progression. At the end of the day, they're good movies. They may not be good comic book movies or a good Aquaman movie.
Yes.
But
also, we got 15 different good. Batmen. You know what I mean? And several different Spider-Man.
There's been a lot.
Let's give a different couple Aquaman shot. You know what I mean? Yeah. Fuck it. This is it. This is a really good Tobey Maguire. This is a very good Andrew Garfield-esque. He only gets 2. He won't get a 3rd. Alan Ritchson's number 1, obviously. He's Tobey Maguire. We'll talk about you in a second, big dog. Don't you fucking worry. Now, the dialogue, very well done. I love the position between him and his dad, them understanding and stuff like that. I leaned to you in the theater when they were in the garage, sitting down on the couch, and we saw all the shit, all the tools and the shit in the back, and the bike. And I leaned into Ray and I went, I know exactly how that fucking garage smells. Yeah,
that's a familiar.
I feel it in my chest. The smell of the oil and the gasoline, and the rusted metal on certain pipes and stuff like that. It's just,
yeah.
I love it. I love the smell of a grinder in the morning. God damn, boy. These boys soft nowadays. They got liberal hands. Yeah. Ray's building a house. What the fuck are y'all doing with your lives?
Right, these hands ain't soft. I got a callus or 2.
What is this? They saw. He took care of it. He had a tea party with his daughter all day. He made crumpets, motherfucker. I thought Nicole Kidman did okay.
She did good.
She did fine. She didn't have that big of a role.
Bangs were CGI. Did you notice that?
I thought a lot of that stuff was CGI'd on her. Every little fucking bit. Goodness gracious, that was just a little.
That's a weird thing to have to make work, is talking underwater like that.
Dolph Lungren, dude, great.
Was he Mira's dad?
The king, the other guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
it was good. He looked weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? I forgot that he was completely. I saw the first one last week. Completely forgot he was in it.
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren is a physicist. By the way, did you know that? He played Ivan Drago in the Rocky franchise, obviously.
Okay.
Damn, I forgot. Ray doesn't see shit. He's one of the action stars. He's like a Sylvester Stallone, Chuck Norris type.
Okay, fair enough.
Cue the Expendables. He's in all 4, baby. But he's like a accredited physicist and has patents to his names, and he's a huge chemist and shit like that, and he's gone to Harvard and all kinds of MIT graduate and shit like that. It's the funniest shit ever to just be him be like, If he dies, he dies. You know, and it's just like that's Ivan Drago, dude. Fuck.
Yeah,
He did really well. I was very impressed with his character and just his acting alone. I thought he would phone it in. I thought a lot of the actors were going to phone it in, knowing what was coming, knowing how they felt about their careers and working in Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to go south. Won't lie to you.
It is unfortunate too because they got like no red carpet premiere, not a lot of press. No. They was just so thrown under the table. And the thing is, it's better than everything since the Suicide Squad. I mean.
It was better than The Flash.
Better than The Flash.
Look, we'll bring it up
Adam,
now. The Flash
Shazam
was great
2.
in the concept of it being a decade from when they announced it to now. Obviously incredible. However, The Flash sucked. We can now talk about it. I'll finally admit it. The Flash sucked. Yeah.
It sucked. It was,
Yeah, you know, I'd rather see Batgirl.
Yeah, I would rather see Batgirl.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. Like,
we both would have got Michael Keaton in it. You know what I mean? But we would have got Brendan Fraser instead of Ezra Miller. Easy upgrade.
Easy upgrade.
Come on, guys. Shame. E2 Brute. I wasn't disappointed in Patrick Wilson. I loved him in the first one, and he did almost even better in the second one.
He was good.
Just the way he processed his emotions. I genuinely, that was the one time he fooled me. Like, I was like, he really about to leave Dolph Lundgren?
Yeah, I thought so, man.
I was like, man, he got me, surely.
Yep. The same way.
I was like, touche, my friend.
Yeah, he did pretty good.
Yeah. Honestly, I'll give Aquaman a 7.5. It could have
good movie.
Yeah, Aquaman 1, I'll give it a 8. I'll give the second one a 7.
That's fair.
You know, I think it deserves it.
That's fair.
Could
easily better than Black Adam, Shazam,
Wonder Woman 2,
Wonder Woman 84.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna switch off from Aquaman here. Thank you so much to Jason Momoa. This entire franchise has been odd, to say the least. Thank you to Zack Snyder for what you attempted to accomplish. I truly am sorry that you had roadblock after roadblock after fucking roadblock. It is not your fault, my friends, and the fans will stay with you forever. Don't get me wrong, I'm still one of your fans. I would love to see the franchise come back. I would love to see Netflix bring it up and revive it. It'd be beautiful. Just don't bring back Shazam or Black Adam. You'll be fine. That being said, thank you so much to over a decade of mediocre DCEU films.
It's over, dude.
It's over.
This is it.
It's really over.
It's a good one to end on, but
I want to thank John Wilson to dragging me to the first Man of Steel movie, and
I want to say fuck you, John Wilson. Go on.
Nah, man. Thank you so much, my friend. I never would have believed that I am finishing the saga without you. It breaks my heart truly, and I hope you're doing very, very well. This is the end of an era, my friend. I remember seeing the first 5 DC movies with you, and you and I were so pissed, but happy to an extent. This is the end of an era, my friend, an end of a chapter of my life I never thought would close. And to see it come to fruition to what's coming next is bittersweet, because the best is yet to come.
It is.
And John, best believe that we're going to go watch the Superman premiere together. Without a doubt, my friend. Absolutely.
He has to, bro.
100%.
Got Superman tatted on him.
Uh-huh. We're going to go into a couple more things just really quick before I branch off into the rest of our stuff. I want to talk a few DC things with you just before we skedoodle. Okay? Did you know they're petitioning right now for Alan Ritchson to be Batman?
I've heard about this.
What are your thoughts?
I love it.
I love it.
He's got the build for it.
He's fucking huge.
The mask would look great on.
He already has the jawline and the mask ability from Titans when he played Hawk.
Oh, fair enough,
dude.
Yeah, he was Hawk, wasn't he?
And he was a weathered down version of Hawk because he was already older and he had CTE, and it was all kinds of crazy shit. Like he had his knee would pop out of place and shit like that sometimes, because he was so old. He was a failed football player. I want it so bad.
Dude.
Season 2 of Reacher is incredible. I cannot wait for what's coming. I truly hope that they give us a 3rd season and then stop for a brief minute just to give him time to shoot Brave and the Bold.
Yeah,
I think that'd be great.
That'd be great.
That'd be awesome. I vote Alan Ritchson for Batman and Aiden Gallagher for Robin for Damian Wayne. Just let it fucking happen. You know what I mean? He plays number 5 in Umbrella Academy. For anyone that doesn't know, you should know.
It'd be great. I think he's playing the character of Reacher so good that people are just like, how did Tom Cruise ever how did he ever get this role?
Well, 1,000%.
And especially since season 2, all I've seen is just It's the #1 viewed show on Prime Video, which, okay. Who knows how much of like a flex that is? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's #1 right now. Everybody's talking about Alan Ritchson. He's in interviews saying, if James calls, I'll play Batman.
He said, I would love to hear. I would love the opportunity. He's very he's not like other actors. It's just like, I don't really know. He's like, if James Gunn would call me, I would love to pick up. I would love the phone to ring and say James Gunn. You know,
I'd love it,
dude. I think it would be great. James Gunn should probably give him an opportunity to play something in that universe.
Alan Ritchson, he needs to be in the universe, man.
You know,
because that's an Aquaman too. That's an Aquaman or a Batman.
And
I could see him in either role. And he's already been Aquaman, apparently. I never watched Smallville, but I've heard he was the Aquaman of Smallville.
Yeah, he was the Aquaman of Smallville. You know, like Craig Shiloh from Blue Mountain State. He was also Cyborg in that universe, in Smallville.
I've seen screenshots, I think.
Yeah. And he plays Cyborg. So it's just like, whoa.
Craig Shiloh.
It's crazy to see the trajectory of where he started, how he felt after Ninja Turtles, and how all the issues that he had to go through in therapy and things of that nature. So to see him sticking to this role, and not only people love him, but people can't see anybody else play this role but him. It fits the fairy tale underdog story that's a huge fucking handsome white dude. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have a lot of downfalls. You know, he doesn't have a lot of roadblocks to an extent in that. But to see him go through the mental health and going through, and him actually being very verbal and vocal and open about all of the issues that he's had, he's like, he was like, it's amazing to see all of this come his way. Our hearts go out to you, man. Our gratitude, our appreciation, love, and hope that you play anything in the DC universe or even Marvel. Goodness forbid that you play something in Marvel, and I'm excited for another decade. You know what I mean? Give him an opportunity. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Let him play Captain Britain or something, dude. Who cares? Let him be another superhero again, dude. Oh, James Gunn, you're a smart man. I know what you're doing. Make him Booster Gold. Who knows? It'd be a wild boost.
Fuck it.
Everyone could be huge like the Viltrumites or some shit like that, and him just be like a loser. Or him be like a failed bodybuilder that has his like a girl cheat on him or something like that, and he goes to a museum and he's just like, he has enough, you know. They're moving or transporting it, or he's like a night guard or a security guard at a fucking museum, and he's just like, oh, fucking, you know. It could work. Whatever,
bro. That's a good point you bring up. Make him yoked. They're making David Cornsweet beef up for Superman. You can't make Batman small. You can't make Aquaman small.
No,
they've got to be.
And isn't Guy Gardner like the thickest one out of all of them as well? Can you imagine Nathan?
Yeah, he's a thicker guy.
Can't you imagine Nathan Fillion just fucking gaining fucking that shoulder bump?
Yeah.
Oh, I would love it. I think it would be great.
Plus, James Gunn, he said also in regards to somebody on Instagram Threads or whatever that website is. That's where James Gunn answers the most questions, which is weird as fuck.
It's James, dude.
So weird.
In James we trust.
So weird.
If not, we get Peter Safran at the end. Oh, also, sorry guys. This is a little piece at the very end. Spoiler alert. There's no post-credit scene, but there's a mid-credit scene of Orm finally having a cheeseburger. And then that's the end of the movie. And then the mid-credit scene is a cockroach track going by, him grabbing it, putting it on the burger, and then taking a bite, and you hear the crunch. And then that's the last shot of the DCEU. And if that doesn't encapsulate everything that Warner Brothers did for this, it's just a gigantic cockroach fucking sandwich. Thank you, James Gunn and Peter Safran, for coming to fix it. We cannot wait. I believe in James Gunn. Fuck, dude.
Goddamn, man.
James Gunn, dude. I believe. Ladies and gentlemen, over a decade we have stuck with these movies, from Ben Affleck's Batman to him unfortunately canceling out, to losing Joe DiMaggio as fucking Deathstroke, to Ezra Miller's numerous assault charges, Doom Patrol doing very well, James Gunn stepping in, Joss Whedon ruining the first Justice League, Snyder coming in with the Snyder cut and saving it, then the black and white version, which saved it even more, which was even crazier, and started the Ayer cut. Harley Quinn, thank you so much for being an incredible character. You know, shout out to Margot Robbie. You did a great job. Shout out to John Cena. Incredible. Two characters that James Gunn's going to continue to keep and do wonders for. Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Jason Momoa, Gal Gadot, and the other man that doesn't like to care about DC because Joss Whedon ruined it for him, who played Cyborg. I'm so sorry. I can't remember your name right now.
Ray Fisher.
Ray Fisher. That's right. I'm so sorry. It's not Victor Stone. That's the Cyborg's character.
Yeah,
that's my fault. Ray Fisher. I am truly sorry that everything happened to you. You deserved to be the best Cyborg, and given the opportunity, I would love for you to come back in any way, shape, or form if James Gunn would allow it, or if you would allow it. You did not do a bad job. Josh Whedon created a horrible environment. This entire franchise has been a clusterfuck, bittersweet ending, and to eat a cockroach as the last scene encapsulated it perfectly. Warner Brothers did not care enough. It didn't care enough. And now that they see that that Marvel is doing well and other franchises are starting to have other world-building properties, they finally realize they have to start from scratch and do it correctly instead of just doing it randomly. So, again, in James Gunn we trust. Dude, thank you so much for being a part of this.
And a hell of a season, buddy.
We started with Young Justice, just DC properties alone.
Yeah, we did.
And it is finally time for us to reboot the entire franchise, my friend.
It's time.
We have a couple more episodes before the new series of Saturday morning cartoons. In New Year's, we'll go back to our movies weekly, and we'll come back with other reactions, such as Charlie Brown. We'll go back over other pilots. We might even go over the first pilot we ever shot. Thank you so much to our subscribers, our patrons. Shout out to our families and our friends for staying with us for over 1,000 subscribers. I'm Dougie McDoubles. That's Ray McFlurry II. This has been the DCEU. One and done. This is Saturday morning cartoons. Please be safe. Hug one another. Drink plenty of water. And Merry Christmas, you guys. It's finally over.